Welcome back to the Natural Wellness Tips YouTube channel. This is Dr. Jennifer Shaw, your host. I'm excited to bring you another yoga flow today. This one is going to be focused on back bends. So, back bends, it's always important to keep our core engaged. Remember to take them as far as we can and as far as we feel comfortable. You might benefit today from having a block or two, even a yoga strap if you have one. If you don't have a strap, pause the video, you can go grab a belt or the rope from your robe or something like that. It would be really helpful, especially if you have tight quads and hip flexors. Before we dive into today's flow, do me a huge favor. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you get notified each Tuesday when I drop a new video. And give me a like on this video and comment below and let me know what you liked about it, what other videos you want, what other yoga flows you would like to see. Because I want to make sure that what I'm bringing you is helping you in your home. So we're going to get started with a few deep breaths as always. Today I decided to use doTERRA's Peace. I love the touch blends. They're diluted, safe for the whole family. So if you have an essential oil, go ahead and grab it. If you don't, you can always reach out to me. Head over to Instagram, Natural Wellness Tips, and send me a message. I'll help you learn more about them. If you don't have an essential oil on hand, just simply let your hands rest on your legs and then take a few deep breaths that way. If you have an oil, put it in your hands, close your eyes, and we'll take 3 deep breaths. Big exhale through your mouth. One more inhale. If you have any essential oil in your hands, go ahead and rub it into the back of your neck, your shoulders, your chest, whatever works for you. And we're gonna start today's practice in a child's pose. So coming back towards the back half of your mat, bring your big toes to touch, your knees a little bit wider than your hips, and letting your arms reach out long. Find an inhale, lengthen through your chest. And then exhale, let your chest sink down to the mat, forehead onto the ground. If you're having trouble letting your heels or your hips sink to your heels, you can place a blanket or a block between them. Or if you have trouble letting your forehead come down to the mat, place a block under your forehead. We're gonna breathe here for 3 rounds of breath. Filling up your belly, maybe sealing your lips, beginning to breathe in and out through your nose. Last breath. On this next inhale, lift through your forehead and your hands. Walk everything over towards the right and then sink on down, getting a nice stretch through your left side body. Next inhale brings you back through center and over to the right or to the left with the exhale. Let your head sink down. Make sure your right hip is still sinking down towards your right heel. Breathing here. Just warming up our spine. Inhale back through center. And then exhale just for 1 breath into your child's pose. Keep your hands right where they are. Inhale up, let your toes lift off the mat, your hips drop down to the ground, chest lifts, heart pushes through your shoulders, mermaid pose. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale back up, mermaid. Exhale back to child's. Last one, inhale, mermaid. And then exhale, let's come to tabletop. Bringing your hands under your shoulders, your hips over your knees, tuck your toes. Find the navel draw in and up through your belly button. Lengthen your sacrum, your sit bone down towards the ground. Feel your pelvic floor, your lower abdominals engage. To get that to fire, if you're struggling, kind of squeeze your knees towards one another. And then with a lift between your shoulders, drop your belly, lift your gaze. And then exhale, curl and round. Tailbone tucks, chin to chest. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, curl and round. Really draw in through your navel. Last one, drop your belly, press your chest forward. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, come back to neutral. And then exhale, we're gonna walk our hands forward into puppy pose. So your hips stay high, stacked over your knees. Your forehead comes to rest on the mat. If you can't put your head down on the mat, bring a block under your head or a pillow. If you're open in your shoulders and you have the space, you can bring your chin down to the mat and look forward as long as it doesn't strain your neck. You're long through both sides, really reaching your hands forward, feeling a stretch through the armpits, the outsides of the shoulders. Breathing here. Remember, deep belly breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Last round of breath. Walk your hands in, come on back to center. We'll come to table. We're gonna make our way to our first down dog of this practice. Toes tucked, and then from here, on an inhale, lift your hips, bring your chest back towards your thighs. Keep your heels lifted, keep your knees bent. You're gazing between your big toes. With this control, take your sit bone and move it up to the ceiling. Press your chest back to your thighs. Then you can begin to move your heels towards the ground. Maybe they make it, maybe they don't. Breathing here, bending through one leg, and then the other. Breathing into the back of the hamstrings. Finding some stillness. Inhale, look forward, look towards your hands. Exhale, tiptoe those feet up towards those hands. You're going to keep your feet hips width distance apart. Gently lay over your thighs. Gentle bend in those knees. And then we'll grab for opposite elbows and take our ragdoll pose. Release your hands. Gently walk your toes into touch. On an inhale, find a halfway lift, fingertips towards shins, long through your spine. Chin tucks. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up high to the sky. Gaze follows. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a few breaths here to really think about drawing your navel in and up, tucking your tailbone under, getting in that good position. Quads engaged, feet are active. Your next inhale brings your hands up overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms, press your hips forward, opening up through our chest. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, take your hands, clasp them behind your back. Inhale, lift through your chest. And then exhale, bend your knees, fold over your thighs. If you can't grab for opposite hands, another option here is to grab for opposite elbows. Good. Inhale, release your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms down on the mat and step it back to the top of a plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Release your toes, forehead to the mat. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Squeeze your elbows towards one another. Stay for the exhale. One more inhale, we'll find another lift. Exhale, lower all the way, tuck your toes. Inhale, press back up through a table or a plank, all the way to down dog. Taking 3 breaths here, active through your hands, pushing through your pointer finger and your thumb. Sit bones are moving towards the ceiling. If you need to bend your knees to get there, that is okay. Keep breathing. Last round of breath. Inhale your heels high, look forward. Exhale, walk those feet up behind your hand, big toes touching if that feels okay. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, gaze follows. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms, hips push forward, chest lifts. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, hands release behind your back. Grab opposite thumb on top, awkward thumb on top. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your shoulders. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, release your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back. We'll meet in a plank. Option to lower all the way down or meet with us. We'll inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway. You can always lower to your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. From here, let's inhale our right leg high to the sky. And then exhale, step that foot between your hands. Drop your back knee. Your back toes can be untucked or tucked. It's up to you. Bring your hands to your hips. And then let's take a moment to really tuck our tailbone under. So bring your hip pointers closer to your ribs. From here, we'll shift a little forward, really trying to get that opening through that left hip. So what we don't want is this. We don't want to be dumping in our low back. We want to be engaged in our belly. We want to feel the opening in that hip. Inhale your hands up overhead. Gaze can follow. And then exhale, cactus your arms. Lift your gaze. Feel that stretch intensify. Next, inhale makes your way back to center, and exhale, frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, up we go, crescent pose. Find a little more depth in that front knee. It's okay to bend through the back knee to keep that good alignment in the back hip. One more inhale. Exhale, cactus your arms, bend your back knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, cactus your arms, bend your back knee. We're going to do it 3 times this round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cactus your arms, bend your back knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, warrior 2. Take a moment to get any wiggles out that you need. Your final pose, your hips are in line with one another. You're finding depth in your front knee, making sure that you can see your big toe. So you're tracking that knee off to the side. Gaze over your front middle finger, shoulders relax. Breathing here. We're going to take a shoulder stretch here. We're going to flip our front palm up and lift it and bend to pat ourselves in the back. Grab our right elbow with our left hand and then inhale, reverse our warrior, getting that nice stretch through the right shoulder, deepening into the front leg, committing to that bend. So we're getting a nice leg workout and a good shoulder stretch. Last inhale. Exhale, release the hands, come down to the mat. Inhale, step back to a plank. Option to keep that leg lifted. We lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, step that foot between your hands. Drop your back knee. We'll come on up, bring our hands to our hips. Take time to tuck that tailbone under. Navel draws in. We shift forward. From here, our hands come up overhead, our gaze follows. One more inhale here. Exhale, cactus the arms. Lift the gaze, lift the heart. Squeeze the elbows together in the back. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, we make it to crescent lunge on this side. First time, take your hands to your hips if you'd like. Tuck your tailbone under. The back knee can bend to get in that good position. Find that opening in that right hip. Still getting warmed up. Might feel tight. That's okay. Keep breathing. One more inhale here. And then 3 rounds. Cactus the arms, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten the back leg. Exhale, cactus and bend. Not quite tapping the knee, but lowering as much as you can. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two, left leg in front. Find that good position. Hips are level, deep bend in the front knee. You're opening up through that front hip. Gaze over your front middle finger. Find a little more depth in that front knee and breathe here. Arms are active, but shoulders are relaxed. From here, flip your front palm. Lift your arm, bend your left elbow. Grab your left elbow with your right hand and inhale. Reverse your warrior. Deepen the bend in the front knee. Really feel the opening in the left shoulder. Breathing here. Last inhale. Exhale, hands windmill down to the mat. Step it back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. We're going to go ahead and take that breath per movement twice on each side. So take a big inhale here, getting ready. And exhale, let it go. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step that foot between your hands, skipping the kneeling. Inhale, crescent lunge. This time we do 2 repetitions. Exhale, cactus, bend the knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, cactus, bend the knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Option to take that shoulder bend. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Inhale, step it back. Flow through your vinyasa. Big inhale for the back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Right away, we inhale up, crescent lunge. Twice this round. Exhale, cactus, bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cactus, bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. One more time on each side. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. 1 repetition this time. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. 1 repetition. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. We'll stay here for 5 breaths. Option to stay right here or take a child's pose to catch your breath. Open mouth breaths if that feels good. Last round of breath. Let's all meet in down dog. Inhale, shift forward to a plank. And then exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Good. First, we're going to take our hands and clasp them behind our back, just like we did at the beginning of class. Lengthen through your legs. On an inhale,
Lift your hands off of your back. Option to grab opposite elbows if the hand's grip is too tight, or to take a strap between your hands. And then inhale, lift your chest. Your gaze is towards the front edge of your mat. If you have space, you can begin to lift your heels. Really focus on opening up through the chest, breathing here. 2 more breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, release your feet, release your hands. Let your left cheek come to the mat, your arms stay down by your side. Bend your knees, you can windshield wiper your hips here. You can take that once again, or if you'd like, we're gonna come back to center and we're gonna take bow pose. So bend through your knees. Ultimately, one day you want to be able to reach back and grab both at the same time. In the beginning, when you're trying to get open here, you're going to grab one foot and then the other. Squeeze your knees in the direction of one another. You want to keep them hips width distance apart. Push your feet into your hands into your feet, and on an inhale, use that pressure to lift yourself up into bow pose. Breathe wherever you are. Knowing the breathing is probably going to make you rock, that's okay. It means you're doing it right. Open up through your chest. Last inhale. Exhale, slowly release your feet without slingshotting them. Let your right cheek come to the mat. If it felt good to windshield wipe your legs, go ahead and do that again. And we'll come back to center. Take our hands under our shoulders, tuck our toes, press up through a table, and we're gonna make our way back to downward facing dog. Get our bearings here. Big inhale all together. Exhale, open mouth, sigh. Inhale your right leg high to the sky, and then step that foot between your hands. Drop to your back knee. Untuck your back toes and come on up. This is where a block might come in handy. If you have a block, you're going to take it and place it under your left hand. From here, we're going to take a nice stretch in the left hip. Okay, so how does this work? You're going to shift your hips back and bend through your left knee. Take your right hand back and reach for the top of your foot. Now, if you have tight hips and you're not able to get there, take your strap and you can come on back and put it under your left foot. Keep it in your right hand. Shift forward and use that to pull in. So here's the trick. Walk your front right foot up just a little bit, okay? And then you're gonna push your foot into your hand into your foot. Draw your navel in and make sure you're creating length in the front of your hip. So don't arch in the back, find length. Now, if you have the space, remove the block and come to your left hand. Or if you're nice and open and you want to take it a step further, drop down to your left forearm, open up to the right knife edge of the right foot, open your chest, twisted monkey. Wherever you chose to be is perfect for you today. We have 3 more breaths. We're really feeling the stretch in the left quad, the left hip flexor. Lift up through that left shoulder. We don't want to be dumping into that shoulder. Find length, find engagement. That's how we stay strong through our yoga practice. Last inhale. Slowly release that left foot. Plant your palms back on the mat. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, step it between your hands. Drop to your back knee. If you know you need the strap, go ahead and start working on that now. If not, we can grab that block if you want it, or take your hand to the mat, whatever works. Shift your hips back, bend through your right leg. Reach back with your left, push your hand into your foot into your hand, and tuck that tailbone under. Find that opening in the left hip. Again, option is stay on the block, come to your hand, drop down to that twisted monkey, opening up through your chest. Whichever variation feels good for you. It's your practice. We're not here to hurt ourselves. We're here to feel better after yoga, so don't kill yourself. Just breathe. One more round of breath. slowly with control, release that foot, plant your palms, step it back to down dog. Good, 2 rounds of breath here just to get our center. Inhale your heels high, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find length and space. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. So if you used your strap when we were doing that hip stretch, you might want to grab your strap now. So if you're doing that, I recommend making a loop out of it if you can. You don't have to, but it's going to make your life a little bit easier. We're going to go into dancer's pose. So we're going to stand on our right foot. We're going to bend through our left. If you're using the strap, you're going to take the strap around your foot and hold on to it with your hand. Now, if you're not using the strap, you're going to grab the inside of the left foot. Take your right hand to your right hip. Do your best now to pull your left knee back in alignment with your right and tuck your tailbone under. You might stay here, and this might be challenging enough trying to get that shoulder opening. If you have space and you can go further, inhale your right hand up high and follow with your gaze. Push your foot into your hand into your foot, and begin to lift, lift, lift. So it's not about just kind of dropping into dancer's pose. It's about getting that lift through the back leg, using that control, and feeling that nice opening in the chest. Your gaze is kind of over your thumb in the front, off in the distance. We'll breathe here. If you fall out, you get right back in. It's okay to stay right here in that stretch with the tailbone tucked. Find your limit. Last round of breath. Your next inhale is going to slowly lift you all the way back up. And then exhale, release your foot, release your hands. Take a moment, pedal your feet out, feel the difference between the left and the right side. And we're going to take that on the other side. So planting firmly on your left hand, maybe grabbing your strap if you need it. Bend through your right knee. You're going to take your right hand back, thumb leads, grab for the inside of the right foot. Left hand on the hip, right knee in alignment with left, tailbone tucks under. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you extend your arm and stay here. Maybe your gaze follows. If you want to go further, you push your foot into your hand into your foot, and begin to push into your dancer's pose. Make sure wherever you go, you can breathe. Keep breathing. Last round of breath. Your next inhale slowly brings you back up. And then exhale, release your hands, release your foot. Get some wiggles out, kind of shake the body, see how you feel. And then we'll inhale our hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your feet so they're hips width apart. Take your peace fingers around your big toes. Inhale, find length in your spine. And then exhale, really round through your spine. You can bend your knees here to get a little more space in your back. It's always good to do a nice counter stretch. So we just did some intense back bends, taking this nice counter stretch. Breathing here. Release the toes. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step it back. Option to flow through a vinyasa on your exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. From here, look forward, and then you're going to drop your knees and bring your knees up behind your wrists. We're going to move into camel pose, another back bend. So for camel pose, tuck your toes under, unless you have a really advanced practice and you know you can do it without your toes tucked. Tuck your toes under. If you have trouble engaging through your pelvis and your core, take a block or a pillow and place it between your thighs. It's really helpful in getting your lower abdominals to engage. Squeeze that block. Take your hands to your hips as if they're going into your back pockets. From here, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the shoulders back. Inhale, lift through your chest. You can stay right here. If you'd like to take it further, you can start to fold back more, maybe even reaching one hand and then the other to your heels. Find your limit. Find your pose. It's a little restricting in the throat, I know. Try to let the head fall back. You have 2 more breaths here. Your inhale is going to slowly lift you all the way back up. If you're using a block, place it back off to the side. You're going to untuck your toes, let your hips sink back onto your heels. Bring your forehead to the mat and your arms down by your sides. Embryo pose. You can stay right here, or you can grab your heels with your hands and inhale, roll up to the top of your head, rabbit pose. You're pulling your heels with your hands, your heels are pulling away from your hands, you're getting a nice rounding through your spine. There should be no pain. Don't look side to side, it can injure your neck. And then exhale, release. Inhale, make your way all the way back up. We'll take one more round of camel. Again, you can leave your feet untucked if you have a more advanced practice and you can reach those heels still. In other words, I say tuck those heels, take those hands as if they're going in your back pocket. Squeeze those elbows back, shoulders roll down, hips tuck under. Inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale, sink back. Feel the opening through the whole front side of the body. Keep breathing here. It's restricting, it's intense, I know. Keep breathing. Your next inhale slowly brings you all the way back up. Release back into your embryo pose. If you liked rabbit, go ahead and roll back up into rabbit again. And then let's release down. We'll walk our hands up. We're going to shift our legs off to the side. And then from here, we're going to extend our legs out long in front of us, using your arms or your core, lowering all the way down to your backs. We're going to take a round of bridge and then a full wheel if that's in your practice, or you can do 2 rounds of bridge. And then we'll take a nice little stretch for our backs. So first things first, let's get ready for our bridge. Fingertips come down towards our heels, arms are long into the mat. Tuck your tailbone under. On an inhale, lift up into your bridge. Your hip bones lead, don't let your pelvis drop. Engage through the pelvic floor by pulling the belly button in. Squeeze your inner thighs in the direction of one another. If you'd like, you can clasp your hands underneath your shoulders and underneath your hips and roll your shoulders under to get that opening. We've been working a lot on that throughout the class today. Breathing here for 4 more breaths. Glutes are relaxed, but tailbone's tucked. Inner thighs are gently moving towards one another. Last breath. Slowly untuck your shoulders. Begin to lower all the way back down. Bring your knees in towards your chest, rocking side to side. Now, you could take that same pose again, or if you'd like to join us for full wheel, I'll walk you through how to do that. Take your feet back to the same place. Lift your arms up overhead. Bring your hands so they're like slanting on the ceiling, and then bring them down by your shoulders just like that. Squeeze the elbows in towards one another. Tuck your tailbone under, lift up into bridge pose. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, press up through the arms, opening up through the chest, squeezing your inner thighs together, and lift into your full wheel. Breathing here. Maybe one day you straighten through your legs. Last inhale. Exhale with control. You lower all the way back down, back of your head first. Roll down your spine and bring your knees in towards your chest. Feeling a nice stretch in your low back. You can stay right here if you'd like to take plow pose. Your hands can come down by your sides. And then you're going to lift your hips up and over. Maybe your hands come to your low back till one day your toes can reach the ground behind you. I'm a little tight today, so that doesn't feel super good on me. Your head stays neutral. Do not look side to side. Work your legs towards straight. If this doesn't feel good, just come right back to your knees and towards your chest. Keep breathing here. Three more breaths, big belly breaths. Last breath. Slowly use your arms as brakes, lowering back down. Bring your knees into your chest, gently rock side to side. Your arms are going to come out to a T. Your legs are going to come up to 90 degrees. Hips 90, knees 90. Take a big inhale. Exhale, let your legs fall to the left. Your gaze falls to the right. Your hand can come to the outside of your right leg. If you have another twist that you prefer, please feel free to take that variation. Breathe in here. Allow your breath to slow down, your gaze to soften. And let your knees come back to neutral. And then exhale, let them fall over to the other side. Maybe your right hand comes to the top of your left thigh. Breathing here. Inhale back up to center. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Bring your forehead towards your knees. Big, big, big inhale. Exhale, we're going to make our way to Shavasana. If you have time, go ahead and pause the video and stay here for 5 or more minutes. If you're going to be with me, we're going to take 10 slow breaths here, letting our attention go, letting our body soften into the mat. Slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. Reach your arms up overhead, feeling the length and space you have created in your body. Bring your knees back into your chest, rolling to your left side for more relaxation, right side for more energy. And then we'll press ourselves up to a seat right where we started our practice. Bringing our hands to meet at heart center. Gentle tuck in our chin. It is always an honor to guide you through your yoga practice. The Light and Teacher in me honors and loves the Light and Teacher in each of you. We bring our hands to third eye center and we bow. Namaste. Thank you everyone from the bottom of my heart. Remember, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you get notified each Tuesday when I drop a new video. Like this video and comment below and let me know what kind of videos you want, what other yoga classes you want to see. And until next Tuesday, I hope you have a great week.